Hey guys, Brian Delivers You the Goods here. I'm returning to you tonight for this album review, and I hope you guys will enjoy this album review for the newest record by Lisa, the K-pop star from the K-pop group Blackpink, and her solo record, her debut solo album, Alter Ego, that I got a chance to listen to for all 15 songs off the digital bonus edition to let you know what I was going to think of this Alter Ego record. And sorry, there's a cat behind me. One of my cats, which he has a cute name. But other than that, I'm going to discuss what I listened to for the 15 songs for this 42.5-minute record and let you know, alright, my thoughts on this album overall. So let's dive into this album review. Now it starts with Born Again featuring Doja Cat and Ray. And I think this was a good track. Pretty good song. I was really impressed with this track when it came out earlier this month. And I believe it was the last single to be announced before the last single to come out before this record dropped, which of course is tonight. But other than that, I'd give it a 4.75 out of 5. Both Lisa sounds good, Doja Cat sounds good in it, and Ray sounds good in it too. So I'm really impressed with how the mixing is and how their harmonizing is in this track. It sounds pretty strong. So really dug this collab track. 4.75 out of 5. Rockstar is still a disappointing track. I'm just so cringing at this track. Like, Lisa, can you teach me Japanese? I'm a rock star. It's like, okay, Lisa, you kind of repetitiously gotten cringy with this track. And it's repetitiously annoying as of now. So, this is a 2.75 out of 5. Fuck this song. It sucks. It's just, as the lead single, it was an embarrassment of a track when I first listened to it, and it's like, why the fuck did she do something like this? Excuse my yawning. But 2.75 out of 5, it's still a bad song, and I just don't like it. Elastigirl is probably worse than Rockstar, and that is a sad thing to look at, because that's what's going to really ruin the album's reception when I give it the rating it's going to get at the end of the review. But overall, this song is so cringy. The lyrics are just crap, and they don't represent anything great. The lyrics don't represent any good qualities about what the track is trying to offer. It's just, oh, I can bend, I'm an Elastigirl, and all that. It's like, what the fuck is this track? It's like, this is garbage. So, 2.25 out of 5 for this one. This song can go down the toilet drain. For sure. It's terrible. Thunder is okay. The fourth track on the record. Even though I had a few moments where I was kind of hit or miss with, but it's going to get a 3.25 out of 5. Lisa's singing in it is a little better, but I just think the problem with this song is it kind of tries a little too hard. It's a little bit of a try-hard song, but at least it played it safe to a degree to make it an okay track of a listen. So I'd give this a 3.25 out of 5. The mixing's solid in it. New Woman featuring Rosalia is a pretty good song too. It was the second single, and unfortunately this and the other two singles were probably the only ones that I enjoyed. Single wise, excuse my yawning in this review. I'm just like, I'm ready to go to sleep really shortly. And I'll have that all time low album review coming out tomorrow morning. So definitely be on the lookout for that when I am ready to review that. But other than that, New Woman is a 4.75 out of 5. I didn't hate this track. Rosalie is rapping and it's good. And I did do a track review for this back in August. If you want to go check that out, I think you guys will enjoy it. I worked pretty hard on that track review. But overall, I think it was a pretty good song. And Lisa's regular singing vocals sounded solid in this. Fuck Up the World featuring Future is a mediocre track. Even though Future didn't really represent a lot of shit in this track, and just his rapping was kind of hit or miss. Like, it was mumble jumble kind of stuff. Oh my god. I am so sorry about this yawning in this video. I'm just really exhausted. I just want to get this done and go to sleep, basically. But overall, Fuck Up the World featuring Future, 3.75 out of 5. Don't necessarily hate this track, just kind of mediocre of a track. It's above average. Rapunzel featuring Megan Thee Stallion was actually a good track. I really enjoyed the vibe to this song, and the production and mixing is pretty strong in this, and just overall, Lisa's rapping in it is pretty solid. And so is Megan Thee Stallion in this track. She actually is another one of the highlights on this song, but Lisa sounded good when she rapped and was singing a little in some of the chorus and all that. So, solid track, 4.5 out of 5. Moonlit Floor Kiss Me was the third single. Not one of my personal favorite songs, but it's kind of a bubblegum pop kind of track. And I just don't know if I'm really a fan of this kind of material. But overall, it's above decent, so 4.25 out of 5. I think it's the same exact rating I gave it when it came out in October of last year, which was 2024. So 4.25 out of 5. When I'm With You featuring Tyla is a good song. I really dug Tyla's singing vocals in this, and execution wise, it did alright. So it's a good track in its own way. So 4.5 out of 5. Even Lisa's singing in it in the background is pretty solid too when she comes in to sing her part in the song. But overall, good song. Bad Girl is a decent track. Not something to write home about, but at least it's not terrible. It did have some good mixing. The La 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 stuff kind of got a little annoying, and that was the downside, but at least it wasn't as bad as the second and third track on the record. Excuse my yawning, I'm just, like I said, and I'm so sorry about the yawning in this whole entire video. It's just I'm really exhausted and I just want to get this done and basically go to sleep after this review. But other than that, 4 out of 5 for Bad Girl. Lisa's vocals in it are solid. The mixing and production, it's just, it's kind of like, I mean, I wouldn't say Lisa's vocals are solid. It's just Lisa's vocals are tolerable in this track, and that's what I can respect. Lifestyle is a decent track too. Not really feeling for much of it. It's just something I could listen to and then be like, it's fairly decent. It didn't impress me, but it wasn't terrible. So 4 out of 5. Chill is a above decent track. I'd give this a 4.25 out of 5. It's just some of the way Lisa's weird vocals come in kind of threw me off and made me cringe a little, but nothing to the extent where I hated that track. So 4.25 out of 5. Dream is the closing track officially on the CD version, which I think the CD version is only 12 songs. And that's sadly disappointing because you're not going to be listening to Born Again on that CD version. But other than that, I think Dream sounds pretty nice with Lisa's vocals, and it ends off the regular edition fine. So this is a 4.5 out of 5. Then you get Fuck Up the World, Vixie solo version. 3.75 out of 5. It's the same rating I gave the one with Future in it. But this is Lisa's own version of this basically song. But it's not bad, so 3.75 out of 5. Rapunzel, Kiki solo version is another one of her alter egos. She has like a few alter egos in this whole entire record. I think like 5 alter egos. But it gave us a breakdown of what it was when she did that video a week ago. But other than that, I think Kiki solo version for Rapunzel sounds pretty nice, and it's a solid one. So 4.5 out of 5. So overall, production, mixing, and execution wise, what do I think of Lisa Alter Ego? I'm sadly disappointed, and I don't hate every song, but I don't like the 2 songs that really brought the rating down big time. And some of the other tracks did bring the rating down too as you progress through the record. But the definite disappointing aspect about it is Rockstar and Elastigirl. And a few other tracks kind of brought it down to the rating, like Thunder, Fuck Up the World, Fuck Up the World, Vixie solo version, a few others, but nothing to the extent. I think the ones that are 4 and over for those ratings are okay, but everything else is kind of like, I'm not going to really remember these songs in the next week. So basically, if I were to give Lisa Alter Ego's album its deserved score, I'm unfortunately going to have to give it a 5.5 out of 10. It's not that good. I'm unfortunately disappointed because this was a record I was hoping wouldn't suck, but it did, and it is going to be on my worst albums of 2025 once the end of the year comes in the next 9 months when I do that worst albums video. But other than that, not every song is terrible. It's just they're mediocre, okay, and 2 bad ones. The 2 bad ones are the ones you gotta remember. I count those as the most disappointing, and they do bring the rating down exponentially. If it's 1 bad song, I would have given it a higher rating, like a 6 or a 6.5. But since it was 2 bad songs, and one was like a 2.25 out of 5, I was sadly disappointed with this record. And some of its production is kind of on the nose, and meaning it's on the cringe side and just doesn't interest me enough to keep listening to this record. I probably won't be coming back to this record, unfortunately. I mean, maybe a few songs, but nothing to the extent where I'm going to really remember this record in the next week, like I said. But as time goes on, this is a kind of forgettable album. So 5.5 out of 10 for Lisa Alter Ego for her new album. Sorry to give you a disappointing review. This is just my opinion. And keep in mind, you can take it however way you want with my opinion. you don't like the review, that's fine. You can dislike it the video all you want, but this is just how I feel about this album. I don't want people to mistake what I say in this review and take it personally, because it's just something that I couldn't get on board with. And I am a fan, but I'm not a fan of this kind of material. This is her worst debut solo album, most disappointing, and I was torn by the overall final product of this record. So, yeah, 5.5 out of 10 for Lisa Alter Ego. Thank you for watching this lengthy album review tonight. Have a good night.